Hey guys, today I'm going to address one of my favorite spiritual practices, which is gratefulness. So stay tuned for that. So in my 20s, I had no idea that it was important to practice gratefulness. Like I didn't know about this teaching. And it's interesting to look back because I had this relationship with this wonderful guy. And I always looked at what was wrong with the relationship. Even though he was great, there was always something I could complain about. And I remember I had 3 things that was wrong in my life. And as long as I had those 3 things that were wrong, I couldn't be happy. And it was the one thing that I always had a problem with my voice, like I've told you guys about. The other thing was that I always felt too fat, like I had too much weight on my body. And the third thing was that I never felt happy, like there was always something going on in my mental health that was not good. So as long as I had these 3, I couldn't be happy. And what of course ended up happening was that my boyfriend left me and I fell into a huge depression and also lost my voice. And I actually haven't told you guys about this before, but yes, part of the reason was that for my depression was that also that my boyfriend left me. And of course, I would have loved to go back in time and teach my younger self what I now know. But in a sense, I'm also grateful for it happened because now I've learned so much, you know? Now I have a whole new outlook on life. And I know also how to change my perspectives and train my thoughts and change my belief system so that I can change and create the life that I really want. Because I do think that we are, to a high degree, co-creators. At the same time, I think there's a mystic power that is also creating with us. We're not 100% creating, but to a high degree, we are creating our lives, I believe. So what I've noticed is that there are a lot of people who are like I was in the 20s, like they're looking for what is wrong in this situation. Like, oh, you know, if only the weather was a bit better, we would be happy right now. Or, you know, asking their children when they come home from school, you know, oh, did anything go wrong today? Or were you bullied today? Or was the homework hard? You know, I'm overreacting or exaggerating a bit so you can understand what I mean. But we're not trained to like ask and look for the positive things. Like, so what were you grateful for today? What happened that excited you? You know, what is the best thing about your relationship? And I think when we start thinking in that perspective, when we look for things we're grateful for, that will grow, you know? Like if only I had been really grateful for the relationship I had, maybe you hadn't left me. Although I think it was meant to be that way. But I knew that I attracted that because of the way I looked at life. And I didn't know what I had before I lost it, right? So now that we're on this path, I think knowing what we have is so important if we really want to create more of that. And there have been so many studies on gratefulness. And I actually looked deeper into this because I'm very excited about this, but Wisdom from North has really grown. Like we've created a membership site now where we dive deeper into the journey. And right before Christmas, in November, we had a pre-launch. And in January, everybody can join. And in this membership, we go the path together. We walk it together. We have different challenges every month that we're doing, that I'm doing as well. And I'm noticing what it does to me, like how I'm deepening my journey. Because I'd love to take the journey together with you guys. And we have different master classes with like the best teachers that I have come across every month. So we have so many different teachings that we are diving into. And I'll tell you more about that in other videos. But if you want to hear more, just go into wisdomfromnorth.com/membership. And you can sign up on our newsletter and learn more about the January launch. All right, but today I wanted to speak about one of the challenges we had, which was gratefulness. So we were supposed to practice it every day. And I noticed a difference already. Like I have been practicing it a long time, but not so specifically, like every day, thanking for 5 things in the morning and 7 things in the evening, and also doing some practices during the day. And studies are like, there are so many studies on gratefulness. It reduces depression, which I was like, yeah, I want that. And it reduces headaches, it reduces stress, gives you better sleep. Another thing which I didn't know at all was it actually protects us from other people's energies. And don't we want that, right? I'm living in a building with a lot of people, and I know that we are influencing each other with our thoughts. So practicing gratefulness is like giving you this shield so you can stand in your own power, because that is what often is happening, right? That we like, we lose our own energy in a way. We give our energy away to others, and we're like, where am I, in a way? You know, immediately when you get into, when you meet other people, all of a sudden you can lose yourself. Or in a relationship, for instance, you can easily lose yourself. I used to do that. But gratefulness really protects your own energy. And also, gratefulness is so high correlating with happiness. And happiness is an inside job. And you probably heard this before, that things externally doesn't make you happy. The happiness is happening within you. It's like when you fall in love, it's you who are in love. It's in a sense not about the other person, because all the happening is within you. Like you are creating that love within you. And it's the same thing with happiness. But I don't think that we can choose to be happy. I don't know about you guys, maybe you disagree, but it hasn't worked for me to like, I'm going to be happy now, be happy, Jannecke, be happy, Jannecke. But gratefulness is a tool we can practice, and then the result is happiness. And I find that so powerful. But maybe you're thinking now, well, sometimes there's nothing, I feel like there's nothing to be grateful for. And I'm not saying that we should suppress pain that is coming, because there's gold in pain. There's so much in pain that can really help us on our journey. And that's a whole other video, because I know that we all have had pain to different degrees. But in my journey, I've noticed that although pain was a horrific experience, it motivated me to start asking questions, right? Why am I here? You know, how can I change my life? How can I start loving myself? So, so we shouldn't suppress the pain at all, but we can also find that light warrior that I spoke about in my other video, my previous video in December, where I met this swan that was really giving me a sign that find your power, Jannecke. Find that light warrior inside, because we get signs from the universe all the time. And I'm so glad that I got that message. So for me, practicing gratefulness is actually finding that light warrior, you know? So if you're having a bad day and you can't find anything to be grateful for, you can even just ask the question, what can I be grateful for? That question alone changes the chemistry in your brain. When I heard that, I was like, wow, doesn't it take more? So just by doing that, and I'm sure you can, just to remind yourself, you know, the biggest thing is probably just to remember to do this. So just try every day to just ask, what can I be grateful for? And just knowing that that can even be enough to start changing things within you. And also, I've heard that in my little research about this, that the process starts like when you are focusing on something you're grateful for. When you do it, you linger in that feeling for 20 seconds. Then it really starts the process going. So you don't actually need more than 20 seconds. You don't need to sit there for hours feeling grateful. You can only sit there for 20 seconds, lingering, swimming, being in that feeling of gratefulness. But also the question can be also enough. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a happy, happy New Year. Much love. Bye.